Welcome to Draksta's Gaming. Let's play DCS.
Press
All
right
right.
Shift plus L to
Here's
turn on electrical power.
Here's a takeoff and landing practice that we did today, and based on
Press
the
right Alt plus
landing
Home
we
to
had
start the left engine.
yesterday, practice is definitely necessary. So here I'm just checking all the control
Press right
surfaces to
Control
make sure
plus
they're
Home to
working
start the
perfectly,
right engine.
and that I have the buttons correct. I did brush up on how to release the parachutes, air brakes, landing gear. So as far as all that goes, I should be in good shape. Alright, so we got the engine started, as you can probably hear. And right here we're just
Once both engines have been started and the RPM
waiting for
stabilized, taxi right
stabilization of the engines.
Close the canopy by pressing left Control plus C.
Already
Lower
done.
the flaps by pressing F.
We'll do that later. Alright, I guess we'll do that now. So flaps are lowered, and we are now taxiing to the runway.
106. Утаиси. Разрешаю руление на полосу 8.
Yeah, that annoying beep will go away as it did. It's an indication that we are about to, I don't want to say crash, but there's a word for it. I can't think of it right now, but it's when you're flying too slow, your plane's about to start losing altitude too quickly. We're on the ground, so I'm not sure why that indicator is coming on. Anyway, as you can see, we've got a smooth taxi to the runway. And we're almost there. I'm still a little rusty. It's my second flight in 2 days. So it'll be a little rusty. I'm probably going to use a lot of the
runway, take off, and fly to the first waypoint as indicated on the HUD and HSI displays. Raise the landing gear by pressing G and the flaps with F.
I'm going to probably use a lot of the autopilot along the way, just to make it a little easier on myself. And we'll take off from this airport and land in Minsk. And there goes that annoying beep again. It'll go away here in just a second.
106. Утаиси. Взлет по готовности. Отход по схеме на 300. Давление 756,13.
We have approval for takeoff. So now we're entering the runway. I'm going to try to line up center as possible. And I may be going a little too slow right here. It's kind of hard to get it to turn. But eventually we'll get there. And we are lined up. Alrighty, so now we're just going to do a real quick check to make sure lights are on, flaps are down, wheels are obviously down, speed brakes are not on, and we're ready. So we're going to hold down the wheel brakes and increase engine RPMs, and then release the wheel brakes, and we're off. So we'll keep up this high RPMs until we reach around 290 meters per second, at which time we will gently pull back on the stick and take off. And here we go. And that's a successful takeoff. Landing gear is up. And we'll climb to 4,000 feet or so. We're going to be flying over some mountains. So we're going to be climbing for a while.
Fly to the next series of waypoints and land at the destination airfield. Press 1 to enable navigation mode. Press left Control plus grave accent to cycle the selected waypoint.
Alrighty, so we're gaining altitude now. It'll be a little bit. Looks like we're getting close to 4,000 feet. And in a little bit here, we'll cut to the landing sequence. And since it's going to be maybe about a 10-minute, 15-minute flight till we can get to the next airport, I'll save you guys a little bit of time by cutting out some of that flight time. So unfortunately you won't get to see the ride over all of the mountains and stuff, but you will get to see the landing and the takeoff, and we'll keep this video under 20. So right here we're just enjoying the scenery. Autopilot is engaged and we are headed to Minsk Airport. The only thing I have to regulate is the speed, so you'll hear the RPMs going up and down as I try to keep the plane adjusted for the proper speed. And through the magic of time, of time travel, I should say, we are now arriving at Minsk Airport. We shall be landing in
arrived at the destination airfield. Follow the landing directions.
Maybe about 10 minutes.
Aircraft and taxi to the parking area. Lower the flaps by pressing the F
Speed
key
brakes are engaged.
G key. Press the P key to release the drag chute or W key to apply wheel brakes if needed.
Okay, so we're headed to the return point. As you can see, we are definitely a lot lower to the ground. We've definitely lowered our altitude. Alright, here we're going to contact the tower, let them know we're coming in.
106. Мальчик. Следуйте курсом 026. Удаление 1,7. Давление 7,2,2,66. Посадочное 2,4. Занимайте высоту круга. 1,06. Работайте с посадкой.
Okay, that was all in Russian, but basically they're just letting me know I'm good to come in.
Разрешите посадку.
And there we're requesting landing. More air brakes. As we're braking our speed down, we got to get it way down for landing. And we should be touching down in a little less than 10 minutes now. Flaps are down now. Right there, I was just confirming my wheels were down with the auto exterior view. And we're lining up with the airstrip. Getting ready for this landing. We do have a little bit of left to right wind going here on us, so that's gonna make this landing a little more challenging. Ideally, I would like to fly with no wind right now, but I couldn't pick that in this mission, or at least I didn't take the time to do so. Alright, we're going to disable autopilot here. Now that we're lined up with the airstrip, I won't be needing autopilot anymore. And here I'm trying to keep my speed at right around 290 to 300 meters per second. Airstrip is straight ahead, a little to the left, as the wind keeps pushing me to the right. Those beeps are a good sign, means we're right on glide scope.
106. Мальчик. Проверьте выпуск шасси. Ветер у земли 0,73. Скорость 1,3 метра в секунду. Посадочная 2,4.
As you can see, this wind is giving me a little bit of difficulties here. We're on glide slope. Air brakes are out, but we're not getting down fast enough. I'm also noticing this strip is a little short, so we're gonna go around for another pass. We'll be landing here in under 5 minutes.
106. Посадку запрещаю. Уходите на второй круг.
Yeah, I didn't feel good. I didn't feel comfortable with that one. In real life, if you're not feeling comfortable, it's better to just turn it around. So that's what we're going to do here. We are turning it around. And we'll probably fly back about 10 meters, 11 meters, and then turn back in for our second attempt. Almost there.
Fuel 1500.
Still got 1,500 pounds of fuel, which is plenty. And now we're making our turn back into the runway. Final approach. Hopefully. That squeaky noise you hear, that's my holder setup. Makes a little squeaky noise when I'm adjusting the stick. I might have to try to oil that or something. Yeah, already on this pass I feel a little more confident. We got a decent altitude, good speed. I feel like we're going to get down to the ground on time this time. And
106.
Alice.
Проверьте выпуск шасси. Ветер у земли 073. Скорость 1,3 метра в секунду. Посадочная 2,4.
Alright, final approach. Engines off. Air brakes on. Trying to compensate for this wind. And successful touchdown. Nose wheels down. Hitting some brakes. Maybe a little bit too much brake. I should be pumping them, but I'm not pumping them properly. And I think I've damaged the front wheel here. I'm starting to lose control. Parachute is out. So we are at a slow speed.